Hey, this is OXDF, and today we're looking at Advent of Code 2022, Day 12, Hill Climbing Algorithm. Um, we are going to get a grid that looks like this, with where the height of the position is represented by a letter, where A is the lowest and Z is the highest. There's two special grids, the capital S, which represents the starting place and also has height A, and the capital E, which represents the target, which has height Z. We can only go up a step. So from any given position, we can go up, down, left, or right, no diagonals. And we can only go up one level. So we can go from A to B. We cannot go from B to Q. We can go to B to C, for example, and so on. We can go down as far as we want. Although I don't know what. Yeah, I don't think we want to, but we can. It specifically does say we can. We are trying to find the shortest path from S to E. I guess that's it. Obviously our puzzle input is going to be much bigger, so that's the challenge. Let's jump over into VS Code. I will use the Genday script again. There's a copy of it in the repo, which is linked in the notes here, and I describe it a little bit in the first video, but basically it's going to pull my input and create me a little stub. So we can take a look at the input. Looks similar to the input we saw before, just way bigger. You can see lots of A, B's, and C's here. Looks like we're going to loop around until we eventually get over into this area here. So nothing too exciting there. So let's go ahead and jump over here. I think it's probably overkill, but I'm going to actually work off a class here as well. It just helps me organize what I'm thinking about. So we'll call it like class map, and then we can do a def init, and our init is going to take, we'll just pass in lines, so we can do it just like this. So what are we going to do? First, we want to be able to store our grid, right? And so we'll say self.grid equals default dict. And now, so first we should import this. So here's what I'll do is from collections import default dict. And the reason I'm choosing a default dict is basically what I don't have to worry about is doing bounds checking. I'm going to be looping over, I'm going to be like checking for any spot, plus one in the one row or minus one row or plus one column or minus one column. And I don't have to worry if it goes out of bounds. So what I want to do is set this to something that I can't just, like by default, if it checks something else, let's just make it really high so we can't go there. And so the way we'll do that is, well, I could say int, but then it would be a default of 0. And default of 0 means actually I could go there because if it's lower than where I am, and that's just So what I'm going to do is set a lambda function and return like 30, right? Because 30 is way higher than 26, right? And that's our highest value. So now we have our grid doing that. So now we can say for our, let's see, how are we going to do this? For row in lines. In fact, we're going to need to keep the values, so we'll do enumerate lines. And now we can say r comma row. And so what enumerate does is it's going to give me one at a time the lines, the line number and the line. So I'll get 0 in the first line, 1 in the next line, etc. And then I can do for c comma char in enumerate row, like that. And from there, now I'm looping over all my input. And basically for each one, we can say like self.grid of, let's make it a tuple, RC is equal to, and we'll say ord of character minus ord of A plus 1, right? So that would make A a height of 1. We could make A 0. It doesn't matter, right? But yeah, so we don't need this. Let's get rid of it. So basically A will be 0, Z will be 25, not existing will be 30, so we'll never climb into it. Now there's a few special cases we have to handle, right? So we can say if char equals E. So this is we can do self.target equals r comma c. So we'll have that. And then we can say self.grid of r comma c equals, and so when it's the target, we know it's also going to be 25. So we'll say 25. Then we can say elif char equals start. We can say self.start equals r comma c, and we can say self.grid of r comma c equals 0, because that's it starts as an a, right? And then I guess we want to make this an else here. So now we'll have our start and our stop. Next thing we're going to need is, so there's two more structures we're going to need here first. What we're going to do basically is we're going to start, I guess I should talk about our strategy, right? We've got this read into a grid. We got our starting point. We're going to check each of the 4 points around the starting point and see if any of them are not too high. Any of them that are not too high, we're going to add to a queue, to the end of the queue. And then we're going to, so I guess technically what we're going to do is we're going to put our starting point in the queue. So the queue will have one line. So we're going to need a queue. We'll go ahead and define that. Default dict, we can also add dq, because that's like the fast way to do, or I guess it's dec is the way you say it. So we'll say self.queue equals like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add the starting point to the queue. So in fact, we don't even need to really record this here as much as we need to say self.queue.append. Do we need to append left? No, don't append. And we're going to append a tuple, an item, and that tuple is going to be the r, the c, and a distance, like so 0, for example. So we're going to have our first point. We'll have moved 0 spaces when we're at RC. Later, we're going to loop over this queue. We're going to pull the first item off, and we're going to try all 4 directions. And any directions that we could move, we're going to put into the queue with increasing this d value 1. And what this does is basically it's going to say, okay, so now we're going to remove this from the queue, and we'll have just a queue of like somewhere between 1 and 4 spots we could move. And then we're going to try all of those and get all the two spot steps, and those will get put at the end of the queue. And once we, and so what this is going to do is it's going to step us through, okay, what are all the places we can get in 3 steps? What are all the places we can get in 4 steps? And whenever we get to end, we know we've got there in the minimum amount. So this is a breadth first search. So we've got our queue there. The other thing we want to do is we don't want to get in loops. So we need some sort of like visited. So we'll call it like self.visited equals, and we'll make that a set, an empty set. And once we visit a spot, we are going to mark it as visited. And that way we don't, if we try to visit it again, we know, like, if it took us 3 steps to get there and then 5 steps to get there, like, we don't need to take the 5-step path because 3-step is clearly better. Okay. So let's see, do we have everything we need here? We go through the thing, we're going to have our grid. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. So now the next thing we'll need to do, let's make this one bigger, is we're going to need to call our like walk function. I don't know if that's the right, I guess we'll call like shortest path. Shortest path of self. And what that's going to do, so what are we going to do? We're going to say while self.queue, and lucky we're starting off with, we already have one item in the queue, so that's good. We can say rcd equals self.queue.pop left. There we go. So that'll get us the first thing that was put in. Now we will say, let's see. So we'll say if rc is equal to self.target, we're done, right? We just popped it off. We just return d. If r comma c in self.visited, so if we've already visited that spot, we can just continue and get the next thing out of the queue. So now we know we've got a new spot we've not been to. So first thing we can do is we can do self.visited.add, and we'll add this tuple rc. So now we visited it. And so we can do for, like, I guess we'll call it dr bc in, let's go our 4 directions here. So we'll have 1 comma 0, negative 1 comma 0, 0 comma 1, and 0 comma negative 1. So for each direction, we'll say if self.grid of the new space, so that'd be r plus dr, comma, c plus dc. So if that is less than or equal to self.grid of rc plus 1, because we're allowed to go up 1, then we're going to add this to the queue. So we'll say self.queue.append, and we're going to add r plus dr, c plus dc, d plus 1. So what we basically said is we're going to take another step. So the distance goes up 1. Here's our new thing. It's in the queue. And really, I think that's it. It's one of those ones. So let's come down here and try it. We'll say map equals map of lines. And then this will be map dot shortest path. It can't possibly work right away, can it? Let's see. Input. That is not callable. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if rc in self dot visited. I wonder if we need to not callable. Let's see, 31. Oh, let's try not calling it. That would work. All right, we got an answer, 361. Let's go try it out. All right, that worked. Not too bad. That's kind of fun. So let's look at part 2. I'll probably pause this while I read it. Okay, so the only thing changing in part 2 is now I can start in any position that starts with an A. So this might sound complicated, but I don't think this. I think this is going to be very easy. So basically, all we need to do here is say, let's see. So we'll come up here, and we'll for our init, we'll say part 2 equals false. So now we should still work for part 1, and now we can do down here. We'll do map 2 equal map lines, not maps, and part 2 equals true, like that. And this will be map 2 dot shortest path, like that. And now we need to change so when we're reading in here, what we really need to think about is when do we add something to our queue? So we can start, right now, we only have one place with 0 steps. But now we're just gonna say, well, anything with a height A can be 0 steps. So all we really need to do here is down here is say, if part 2 and char equals A, then self.q.append rc0. And I believe that's all we got to do if we've done this right. Let's give it a try. 354. Beautiful. So the thing that might not be immediately clear, but that makes all of this work, is the fact that we're using breadth first search. And so if you think about this again, because we put, let's just say there's 10 A's or 100 A's, right? If we put all 100 of those into the queue with distance 0, then when we take our next step, we'll get all the distance 1s, all the distance 2s, and they're all distance 2s could come from any starting point, but it doesn't matter. And if we get to a point later with a higher D, it doesn't matter again, because it's already in self.visited, so we ignore it and move on. So it doesn't even take that much longer, because if we look at the input, all these A's are going to get put in, but they're all going to get reached, anytime. So if instead of starting only at, I don't even remember where our starting point is. Let's see. How do I match case here? 1. Okay, so instead of starting here and then having to walk all these places, we just start all of these get put and visited right away. And so they all get processed just more quickly. So with just a different value, still only visit each spot once, so it's not any slower. Hopefully that made sense. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and thanks for sticking around to the end. It's a great way to show your support, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.